One of the most revered principles of effective writing is to show the reader what is happening rather than to tell them. But there's a problem with this. The problem is that it's a concept that's not very well understood by many writers. Now, one writing instructor who offers some clarity on this topic is a novelist who goes by the name of James Hynes. His thoughts on the show don't tell creed I came into contact with recently, and I want to share his thoughts with you. Let's start with a simple example that he offers of telling versus showing. The writer who tells the reader what is happening might say he was in love with her, quote unquote. Now compare that to the writer who communicates the same sentiment by showing. That writer might say, and I quote, he felt his face get hot when she came into the room, end quote. Now in the latter example, the sentence is evocative. You have an opportunity to actually see the woman come into the room and to feel the man's face get hot. To show is to engage the senses of the reader's senses. This is what makes fiction writing work. But understand that the same principle is applicable to nonfiction writing and business writing, albeit admittedly to a lesser extent. James Hynes suggests that we make our writing more of a show-don't-tell affair by doing two things in particular. Number one, offer the reader more detail. Give the reader lots of detail. Number two, make the scene or information more dramatic. Now, let's start with detail. Regarding detail, one of the signature features of evocative writing is the prolific use of detail. But there's another requirement, and that requirement is that evocative writing be economical so that it does not overwhelm the reader with too much detail. Now, he admits that's a tricky balance. It's a tricky balance to get it just right. In the end, what Hynes says is that a few well-chosen sentences or even a few well-chosen words might just do the job. Now, by giving more detail and adding dramatization, we put the reader in the scene. That is the power of show-don't-tell writing. I'm professional writing coach Mike Consol. I hope you'll visit me at mikeconsol.com.